Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dancing Italian Urban Farm. Today we're pressure canning chicken. I've never pressure canned meat before, but I have watched several of Lisa's videos over at Sutton's Days, and she cans chicken all the time. She cans meat all the time. I looked up on the, the Center for Home Food Preservation, I think that's what it's called. It got the instructions and everything, so I feel confident that I can do that. Went to the grocery store and they had their 10-pound bags of thigh quarters on sale for 79 cents a pound. So I got 2 bags and I'm going to can those up in quart-sized jars because that's what I have, and get those put on my shelf. So hopefully this works. So come along with me as I can up some chicken. Sounds like fun. And if you like videos like this, go ahead and click that subscribe button and join us over here. We have a good time learning. Alrighty, here's my 2 10-pound bags of chicken. Now they are leg quarters, bone in, skin on. You cannot can with the skin on, so I'm going to remove the skin and put it in my stock bag for when I make stock. And then I'm going to try to separate the drumstick from the thigh and do them in separate jars, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I hope I don't need a knife. Am I going to need a knife? Probably. Pull this skin off. I was hoping the skin would just pull off. And I'm wearing gloves for a couple of reasons. One, I have a cut on this finger from when I was slicing bagels. And 2, I really just don't like touching raw meat. It's just the long and the short of it. So there you have it. I just don't like touching raw meat. I am going to try to trim some of this excess fat off. You know, like this. That's what the instructions said, to trim off excess fat. I mean, you can some fat when it comes to meat, but if you can trim some off, that's always a good thing, I think. Although fat is flavor, so you don't want to trim it all off. Anyway, like I said, I picked this up at Kroger today. It is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. And the price at my Kroger in Central Mississippi was $7.90 for a 10-pound bag of chicken, which makes it 79 cents a pound, which is actually a pretty decent price for chicken. However, I'm kind of kicking myself because last week when I went to Kroger, I should have picked it up last week. I was thinking, no, I don't have any room in my freezer for it. And I wasn't in the right headspace to want to can it. So, because it was $6.90 for a 10-pound bag last week. So it was 69 cents a pound last week. And I wish I had picked it up last week and then canned it, but you know what? I'd rather get it at 79 cents a pound than the normal $1.29 a pound. If you hear scratching, that's my dog. He went to the vet today and got his bath. So he's all nice and clean. One thing I have learned about these leg quarters is you have to watch out for feathers, because a lot of times they'll still have the feather heads in them. So you got to kind of pull those out. But anyway. Okay. I got that one trimmed up. Maybe make it a little bit more. I'm trying to keep these in my sink so I don't make a big old mess because my kitchen, I don't have a lot of space. Okay, I'm going to try to separate the leg from the thigh. There we go. Okay, so we'll put legs in one and the thighs in another. And we'll move on to the next one. And I'm just going to work on getting this chicken taken care of and put in the jars. And once I do that, I will come back and talk about the next step we're going to take to get this chicken canned up and put on the shelf. All right, so I got 11 quarts of chicken out of that 20 pounds that I bought today. So I'm just going to take some vinegar and wipe down the mouth of the jar. I may even wipe down some of the side too. And then we're going to put on our lid and our ring and put it in our canner. I'm just going to do that. I have 11 jars. My canner holds 7 quarts, so I probably do 6 and 5. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing this and I'll come back with the next step. Alright, so I have my first 6 jars and my canner. I have my canner locked down and I am putting it on high to bring it up to temp. And I'm going to go ahead and get these cleaned off and get the lids on them so they're ready to go when these are done. Yeah, here we go. Canning chicken. Okay, I got to go in and I forgot to turn the camera back on. Anyway, my canner came up to temp. I put the weight on it. It is up to pressure. It's a rocking and rolling. I have set my timer over there for 75 minutes. So in 75 minutes, we're going to turn this off and let it naturally decompress and do all that stuff. And then I got to get these canned up too. So. And here I was thinking I was recording, taking the jars out of the canner. And it wasn't even on. There's my first 6 jars. Right there for you. I'm going to let my canner cool down, put some more water in it, and then I will can my second batch. All right, here is my canned chicken. I think they have all sealed except this one. This one's the only one that didn't seal, but I won't know that till I take the rings off and test the lids, but there it is. And here's the second batch. Again, all of these I believe have sealed. So 10 out of 11 sealed, just that one didn't seal, and that was probably an error on my part. So thank you so much for coming along with me on my journey into canning meat. I will let these sit for a little bit longer. I'm going to go get cleaned up. I just was out in the garden. And then I'm going to come test lids, wash jars, get them labeled, and get them put on the shelf. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please make sure you give it a big a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave any comments or questions you have for me in the comments section, or any suggestions you have on other things, other meats that you keep on your shelf, that you can and keep on your shelf. I would love to know that as I dive into the world of canning meat. Yeah, that's all for now. Y'all have a wonderful and beautiful day. And remember to keep growing where you are.